Guess who is back, guys? Hello, everyone. Guten Tag, bonjour, dobry den. This is me, Zeno77, talking to you today, going full screen right now because I am doing the introduction. This is an anniversary, we can say, because this is stream number 20 that we kind of react to YouTube videos on YouTube because I did do Twitch streams before, on like only Twitch, and then I figured out that I can just stream it from Restream, and I don't really need like 1,000 followers for that. Very actually good thing. No advertisement, but Restream has given me enough to start my so-called streaming career. I'm wearing a shirt, although I should have taken care of it more probably the last time. But in any case, you're not here to watch my shirt. You're not here to really even watch my face. Probably if you turn this on, you are here to listen to what I'm about to say. And today, as we talked about on our Tuesday stream about Misha Petrov, we are going to talk about Brad Polumbo. Yes, this is actually how I've called this stream. Meet Brad Polumbo. To tell for those of you who haven't watched the stream or haven't watched the recordings of this stream in the future, if you decide to rewatch it. uh, so as I understood, he is gay, and not only he is gay, but he defines himself as normal gay, which it already gives us a lot of questions. Someone coming out here and saying, yeah, I'm normal and you're dumb, blah 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 blah. It's kind of at least interesting to watch this inner debate. Now, the reason why I also wanted to investigate him, or there are two reasons. So number one, I get accused of being some sort of a homophobe, which, to be fair, I consider very, very incorrect because I am not genuinely afraid of them. But there's the number two thing that I wanted to see the reaction of another people who sort of have to represent their community, because what is the LGBTQ community? It's basically lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and queer. So technically, if you're gay, you're part of it. Well, you know how many of them have been trying to escape this, so to say, cult or culture. I don't know how do they actually define this. Like, what is, wait, I'm actually start the stream by googling what is LGBTQ. LGBT, yeah, I know what it stands for. I want to understand, is an initialism. So, but you can't, but the person can't really be a part of an initialism. It has to be something. Is it an organization, as the letter Q, who are questioning, plus is an adaptation? What is this? Like, no, like, I'm not trying to offend anyone here. I'm genuinely want to understand. If you say I represent this group, is it just like simple group of people? Is it, or is it maybe an organization? I don't know. How do you define yourself? In any case, this is what this stream is going to be about. Oh, yeah, I have to change the tab. Now we're good. And before we start on it, I will check how many people are here. Okay, we got enough people to launch this stream. 5 minutes in waiting. Most of those who were interested would have already joined. Before I start the reaction, I would like to say something that really has no place in it. Like, it has, but it doesn't really have to be there. Thank you all of you who are watching the new reactions. I try to upload them now once every 3 days, although I screwed up to upload today. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow. It's gonna go live at 4 p.m. Central European time, 10 a.m. Eastern. So without further ado, you can probably wake up tomorrow, especially if you live somewhere in the US or Canada. You can wake up and probably not immediately, but in a couple of hours, definitely enjoy a reaction. So, I guess we're good to go. So, if you have always any questions or any comments you would like to share, the chat is always there for you. And without further ado, I'm starting the reaction. Gender season. Normal gay reacts to LGBTQ TikTok insanity. Now, I've commented on this when I started the stream. Today, we are exploring a new YouTuber for our channel, Brad Polumbo, who we kind of watched on the last stream, but as he was there as a guest. And it's kind of interesting to see him define himself as normal gay, which which still is confusing because LGBTQ should mean probably gay. But as we say, or so does he belong there, or does he define himself as something different? Or in this case, I think that this video will give us a clear understanding. I think you can already try to guess it based on this, or maybe based on what experience you had watching him. I'll just say that I only watched one video of him. It was when we did the Misha Petrov stream, and that's it. I haven't watched the video since because I promised you we're going to explore it on a stream. That is exactly what I'm about to do.
Is a gender identity that is linked to the seasons. This is called gender season.
All right, everybody.
Da-da-da-da-da. Ah, he's wearing a USA football jersey. Yes, it's called football. And then you're not gonna make me say soccer.
It's time for all of your favorite part of the podcast, where I subject myself to torture by reacting to insane TikToks from the alphabet people on the Clock app. Buckle up and get
I genuinely like the definition of alphabet people. I think that if you define yourself as LGBT, you still don't necessarily belong to the alphabet people.
ready to lose some brain cells with me. But first, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. Let me know which one of these is your favorite.
I mean, you can just take his words and do it for this channel. It's always welcomed. It's always a motivation. Our next milestone is 125 subscribers. So I hope when you're watching this on replay, the milestone is bigger.
First, new gender just dropped.
Did you know, however, that
He's talking about this like it's some sort of a CD, you know? Yo, Eminem dropped a new album and Rick's Fury with D, and D dropped a new gender. Let's go. Let's listen to the new gender.
there is a gender identity that is linked to the seasons?
There is a gender identity, and it is linked to the seasons. Yeah, I'm not that good of a singer.
This is called gender season. And this is a gender identity I've only just learnt about. It's a micro identity. It's not an identity that I have ever heard discussed before. It's a
Define identity.
new one for me. Gender season is an individual who explores their gender identity in relation to a season or all the seasons. So this might be somebody
I mean, technically, okay, let's finish the clip and then I'll comment.
whose gender expression and identity is linked to one season. So for example, winter. Or this might be somebody whose gender identity and expression changes depending on the season.
Nope, no ma'am, we're not doing this. Your Delulu is showing. This isn't a real
No, but technically, if a not like, how does a non-binary person define their gender? I'm genuinely curious. Like, they can technically be gender seasoned. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't take this serious, or take it. It's your life, your choice.
thing, and I don't know how anybody can see stuff like this and not see that to some extent this is like becoming a internet fad or a clout chasing exercise in creating new identities to kind of stand in for a personality or to climb up the ranks of the oppression Olympics ladder, because being a boring old straight white
Oppression.
woman is now verboten in these hyper online progressive spaces, so they have to come up with
I mean, to be fair, man, she didn't say anything about oppression yet. So probably you're generalizing, and I get what you do, but kind of not usually my style. But again, first video, so I'll give you a go.
something. And also, you know that these new gender identities and all this like silly stuff they're coming up with, you know it's fake and not real when they're saying it's not even something they use, it's something that they heard about on Tumblr or Reddit or something. It's like, this isn't
TikTok. Who the hell does on TikTok? I heard it from her. You heard it from her. But now I know there's such a thing as gender season. Well, I'm just curious. Uh, let's go to TikTok. Oh yeah, Birdie Blossom.
My body.
Oh yeah, I remember our legendary reaction. But wait. Hashtag gender season. I mean, she's not even top prospect, but wait, seasonal gender reveal. Okay, that's not the same. Estamos a 2 días de subir la revelación de género. Yeah, I don't speak Spanish, but I kind of try.
real.
You can see there's no such real thing. I'll probably look for it a bit later, but damn.
This isn't legitimate, and you're only doing a
Maybe that means that she didn't actually heard from TikTok.
disservice to the LGBT community by trying to tie this kind of make believe nonsense, incoherent stuff to actual gay identity and lesbian identity and acceptance and normalization. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Because I mean, if you go up to the average American and tell them, "Oh, you need to accept seasonal gender identities that tie to the season," they're gonna look at you like you're like you're insane, because you are. So
I mean, the reason why I think I didn't get too much annoyed with this video right now is because it's not that much of a hyped thing, which means it's not that big. So you can't really get annoyed with it. You just like kind of look at it and smile a bit. But when people are actually going to push it serious, I think that's where where more aggressive notes may drop.
So please stop. Please put down the camera. Please stop posting, because, babe, you're not helping. If you're anything like me,
I bet it's going to be an advertisement. Yep. Yep. We skip advertisements that we're not getting paid for.
LGBT medical practice and business to hear from.
I'm a folks therapist. Of course I want to hear.
Okay, guys, I'm genuinely learning more English words on these streams than I do in real life. What's a folks therapist? Affirming therapy is the approach we use to help validate and advocate for the social, emotional, mental meaning. Give me some meaning. Oh, she's a therapist who works for folks. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. So it's basically the LGBTQI plus service. I'm not gonna lie, whoever came up with this idea, whichever businessman. Wait, I'm just curious. I'm really curious, folks. CEO or founder. That's even better. Founder. AJ Brightenstein. Wait. Pa-da-pa-pa. Okay, yeah. Yeah. He does look gay. I thought it's going to be more of this business model where he would be heterosexual but still come up with a way to make money. But no, this person may have actually created this thing for their own beliefs. Well, at least it doesn't annoy me.
Of course your emotional support dog, cat, bird, or reptile can come to session. And of course I'm going to want to know their names and pronouns.
Okay, that got me confused. Like, I can get a human being that is trying to say that they define as something, which is again weird, but what do you mean crocodile's pronouns? Okay, I'm getting triggered step by step. I'm gonna be patient. Plus, we have a gay who is, I mean, if a gay person is getting triggered by this, how do you think I should keep it stoic?
I'm a folks therapist. Of course I know you probably did that thing that you said that you weren't going to do. And of course I support you anyway. I'm a folks therapist.
What is that thing? Although, do I really want to know it? Nah, skip.
Of course I'm going to understand your meme references. I'm a folks therapist. Of course I use they them pronouns. I'm a folks therapist.
That was obvious.
Of
I'm
course
not
I'm
gonna lie.
neurodivergent affirming. I'm a folks therapist. Of course you don't have to teach me about your specific identities. And of course I want to know how those identities have impacted your unique experience. I'm a folks therapist. Of course I want to hear about your moon water and crystals. I'm a folks therapist. Of course you don't have to educate me on trans care. I'm a folks therapist. Of course I'm going to tell you how incredibly proud I am of you.
Even if it's going to be a lie.
This is fake. This is satire. This is...
No.
It isn't. It's real. This is a...
Explaining it to me.
So, according to the website, this is Folks Health, the largest health and wellness platform for the LGBTQIA plus community in all 50 state capitalists.
Wait. I know we cut a lot through the video, but wait. No, it's 50, but okay. The Google also gives it 50.
This organization is. They've got
Oh, funny thing, you couldn't see what I'm Googling. I was Googling how many states are there
they
in the
seem to
United
do
States.
doctors.
Wait, why is my connection so bad? And why didn't nobody tell me? Oh man, come on. How am I supposed to post this? Okay, actually, wait, give me a sec. I know what I'm gonna do. Bruv, I don't know why, but Thursday streams, I don't know. I genuinely don't know why they get so. Okay, I think I transferred this. Then, and wait, I gotta turn off this and turn off. And why is nobody think that the stream is lagging? I'll make some change. All good. Okay, I think this should help. Let's just hope for the best.
Material you're using from their first is that I just got to be honest, that video and the many others like it on their page would not fill me with confidence in their medical expertise and seriousness. In fact, it'd kind of be an enormous red flag that this place is run by ideological activists rather than actual doctors who follow the science. The other thing too is like, this person sounds like a terrible therapist.
Yeah, before I comment on this, I really need to close a lot of tabs. And I apologize that I didn't do it before, but I think that's the problem with Thursdays. I think I'm gonna have to switch from Thursdays to some other day because I don't know for whatever reason, but Thursday streams lag a lot. And I mean, genuinely a lot.
She's like, you're going to do that thing I told you
Right,
you
it's 9
shouldn't
out of
do,
10.
and I'll support you anyway. It's like you're just, okay, so you're just saying you'll enable your patient, you'll tell them they're perfect, you'll let them play the victim and not actually hold them accountable or force them to grow or push them in any way. I don't know. Would you trust a folks therapist? Let me know in the comments, because
To be fair, they if you think about it as a business, they do have their target audience. They are not referring to heterosexual people, as we understood. So probably their target audience will reach out to them, especially if they are how they said. Wait, where was it? Oh yeah, I fixed the connection. That's great. I hope it wasn't bad before. Folks, yeah. So I mean, they say for everybody, but come on, we all know who they are really targeting. Like, come on. It's literally here. Okay, wait. Let's continue watching.
it's a no from me, dog. It's a no.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Talk update.
Trans flag in back of me. I am a trans.
You know what's the worst situation? Wire connection is terrible. Oh my god. I'm gonna do some Tuesdays, all of a sudden it's broken.
Trans woman. Although I do get misgendered a lot, it sucks, but that's okay.
Do you even hear your voice? Because of my connection. So, oh my god, this is not gonna be easy.
But I am also a trans woman who loves women. So I am a trans lesbian or a transbian. I have been with my wife for how long, Egg?
It'll be 22 years.
22 years. We've been together for 22 years. So this coming anniversary is going to be our 20th anniversary. Woo!
Bro, go to the doctor. You're literally coughing. Tell me how's the connection, guys. Wait. I accidentally almost ended the stream.
But yeah, so I love women. I do like looking at some men. But the like having a relationship with a man is not something that I would normally think about. Non-binary people, I love them. I love you folks, so I could have a relationship with non-binary people, both A M A B and A G A B.
Okay, this is when the guy was talking about alphabet. That is exactly what we're witnessing now.
Anyway, this started out about trans lesbians and will end as trans lesbians. Trans lesbians are valid in the lesbian community.
And it turned out to be a video about you.
We are strong.
Okay, so I have some thoughts. I hadn't heard anybody refer to themselves as a transbian before, but hey, we can unpack that. But first, I'm happy for this person that they've got a long-term partner or marriage that is working out, and good for you. I will say I find it incredibly strange to be going on multi-minute TikTok diatribes about who or who you are not sexually attracted to. Just
Okay, that's actually a pretty decent comment. He says, "Well, it's great that you found someone who, so to say, accepts you for who you are, but really keep it up less a bit with the self promotion."
like not really sure how that is very narcissistic embedded into a lot. I don't lockout, wondering, this individual tale that was wondering, decided that was special identity. Nobody really asked.
Will say that Brad is wrong in this specific way. I'm gonna check how before I do the comment. The reason why I think Brad is wrong here is because it's not like they are pushing it on someone. They are just stating a fact, who they are and who they do, which again, yes, you might not care, I might not care, but at the end of the day, there are some people who probably care, and I don't know specifically what that. I just think that this is yet an it goes through the rating trigger, but it's not gonna lie, triggered by it. Come up with a better word. Action, all that.
He really asked, and I'm not sure anybody really needs to know. And the other thing is, this person isn't a this person is bisexual. They said they would be interested in sexually or romantically or whatever. Again, you have a wife. Why are you talking about this?
Now,
but
you see, those are actually valid comments that I haven't thought about while watching it. Probably because I'm really reacting to Brad and not really to the specific TikTok videos. So maybe I didn't listen. I'm not telling you to forgive me. I'm actually telling you to point me that out so I don't forget next times. But yeah, that is actually a decent point. If you're interested to be a lesbian, and yeah, why are you talking about this? You have a partner for 22 years.
Both and they're just male thing is they're bisexual. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not words you made up inventing new things to the alphabet. On the trans lesbian or transbian thing specifically, I don't know exactly what they should call it, because I agree it's not a sexual relationship. If you have a trans woman and a woman in a relationship, that's not the same thing as just a typical straight relationship.
Yeah.
But it's not, definitionally, it is in the same, is not a gay. Actually important.
Okay. Here I'm going to ask you why.
Our sexual orientation affects gender identity. If we start to accept the premise it means to be gay or what it means to be lesbian is about gender or feelings of self-perception rather than about biology, then we are undercutting and erasing the whole born this way, biological attraction, can't choose it, not a choice, that whole narrative that earned us acceptance and normalization in the first place. We've now just undercut it in the name of wokeness or whatever the heck this all is. It's a hard no from me. A hard no.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
But what do you guys think?
I want to figure out if any of you in the comments knows particularly what Brad's idea in general is. I would like to see your comment maybe on it. But I like the video. I genuinely like the video. Brad does make important comments. Brad doesn't really goes insane on any of them. And we're going to watch another one of his reaction videos, which I still believe can be very interesting. But before I say goodbye to you who are watching this on YouTube on replay, I gotta point out that there's always a moral of the story. And the moral of the story is, especially specifically in my opinion, you can share whatever you want until it doesn't interfere with the private space of others, because the place where you're the place where you're how do you say this correctly? I'll just cut this part. I hope you got the original message, and I'll just cut that second part, or I'll forget to cut it. In any case, this was Zeno77 reacting to Brad Polumbo. Really cool guy. Not gonna lie, this video one right now. This stream is dedicated to him, and stream is before I watch him. I think before I really. Oh, come on! But the stream, I think you're in my note. Come on, first image to stop. I think do is I'll simply and watching on YouTube in a normal way. I specifically on problem. I know. I think I'm back. So I do promise, before I quit again, I promise I will fix the first day streams. And this was Zeno77. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we are going to actually try to fix these streams. You already heard the moral of the story. So with that being said, I'll see you in the other reactions. Bruv. I don't know how it works. I'll just wait for a couple more minutes, maybe start the next video, but okay. Okay, now it says 9 out of 10. I don't know what this means. I don't know how it jumps. I don't know. So, you know what? Less talking, more action. Void pronouns. Normal gay reacts to LGBT. Check out, he doesn't add the Q. TikTok insanity. Another reaction by the man called Brad, named or called Brad Polumbo. Now, this guy has had a great first reaction. He has had, okay, that came out wrong. He had a great reaction that we've just watched on the stream. And I really did enjoy it. If you haven't watched this on replay, you can go check it out. It might have some quality issues, but it should be on there. And I really liked his thoughts. I enjoyed how he articulates them, and I enjoyed how actually calm he is. Although sometimes I would still disagree with him. Obviously, he's a human being. And now, I think without further ado, and while the connection is still good on my stream, let's jump in to the video.
I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid.
Is it though? It's time for everybody's favorite part of the podcast.
Bro, is he a football guy? Like he's got this another like Chelsea FC. He's got another football T-shirt, or is he trying to show that Chelsea FC is gay? Okay, that joke.
Where I subject myself to torture and react to TikToks from the LGBT community. Buckle up and get ready to lose some brain cells with me, because we got some doozies on deck for today.
I don't have a problem with LGBTQ+, but I don't think kids at that age should be knowing or celebrating that yet, honestly, but still, no problem with LGBTQ+. Hello, apostrophes, fairy gay father here with a simple question.
Bro. I mean, this shirt doesn't even look that bad. It looks, the wings, that I think is actually the problem.
Why not? Let me get this gay. Somebody answer this. What is the fear? Because no one in the legitimate quad premium is pushing for adult content.
Okay, that
Kids
is
learning.
a straight up lie. How there have been so many approved, so many videos of how this movement was pushing adult content.
We exist does two things. Kids that are rainbow sprinkles have a better chance at acceptance, and kids that are not will have a better chance at being accepting. Why is it okay for kids to only learn about heterosexuality?
I don't think they do,
It's not.
actually, man. You're wrong.
So, follow for more gayness.
Even the endings. Like, you can sometimes see the difference between all of these people. Like, if this guy ends a video with follow for more gayness, I get why Brad decides to sign himself as normal gay.
I'm going to try to separate the message of this video from the unusual presentation and focus more on the message. So for me, it does depend how young the kids we're talking about are. Are we talking about, 8th graders who will have romantic relationships going on, and some of them might be gay or starting to figure out that they might be gay? Or are we talking about 5-year-olds or 3-year-olds in preschool? And yes, I'm not making that up. Some woke people really are teaching pronouns to preschoolers. Assuming we're talking about the latter scenario, I think it's perfectly reasonable, even for people who are perfectly fine with LGBT people, to not want kids talked to about sexual orientation or gender identity or very confusing and complex topics that involve adult stuff that they can't understand at that young age. I do think we have to separate orientation a little bit here, because personally, I see nothing wrong with even very young kids understanding and being allowed to know or told or observe that some people have 2 moms, some people have 2 dads, and that that's a thing that exists. And I agree
That we've made to existence. Also, quick comment. You can't biologically have 2 moms or 2 dads. You can have them on a paper probably, but not in biology.
that that's not going to turn any kids gay or anything like that. There's nothing to worry about that. They either will be or they won't. And whether they're told about it when they're 4 or 5 or kept in the dark isn't going to change that. Trust me, that's not how that works. With the gender identity and the pronoun stuff, I worry more about exposing really young, impressionable kids to it at all, because frankly, a lot of it, like the non-binary stuff, is incoherent and confusing even to us adults. And kids that
And you can't even explain it to a 3-year-old kid. I think I even said this on one of the last streams. It's stupid if you can't really talk about this if you can't explain it to a 3-year-old kid.
that age are so impressionable, and with something that really is just kind of vague and hard to pin down, it's just a sense of feeling, you could confuse them into thinking that they are non-binary or that they're not a girl because they don't like dolls or whatever. And I think that is something that should be avoided, and there is some harm there. I also have to push back on this guy's point that no one is pushing adult content, by which he means explicit, sexually explicit content on kids. I agree that most normal LGBT people aren't doing that, and I'm sure you're not doing that. You seem like nice, I guess.
Yeah, the wings were weird, but in general, I even like the shirt. Not gonna lie, Haribo bears, that looks cool.
But I will say
Like
some
on a, in Hawaii or somewhere on the beach, I would totally wear a shirt like this.
people are. Some of the books that they're defending have openly sexually explicit demonstrations or depictions and fetishes, using hookup of the LGBT by can't just deny it is of most LGBT people or something that you're or even about or trying to do. Up next, we've got another update from the Neo-pronouns.
I can't do the Matrix Neo joke whenever I hear the Neo pronouns. Oh my god. I don't know why. But it has to be in the stream. It just has to.
Users to duet. Or if you're considering neopronouns for yourself, maybe even try a blind react.
Why would you consider a Neo pronouns though?
However, safety first. Before you do either of those things, make sure you're in a mental state where if you do get misgendered, you will be okay. All right.
What? Get misgendered, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Although it's crazy, it is a rare thing to see this statement as if you do get misgendered, you're in a mental state where if you do get misgendered, you'll be okay. The comment in general is super weird, but it makes sense.
State where if you do get misgendered, you will be okay. All right. Are you ready? Let's get started. Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend. C
Okay, that is just chewing English.
has had to put up with a lot to get to where Per is today. I just want to let Glint know that Thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid.
Is it though?
I wish Void all the best, and look forward to maybe even seeing some of their lovely content someday.
You started so good. But then you just decided to take the English dictionary and, I don't know, probably shred it into pieces. Use it instead of these cheese that you put on spaghetti.
Please, treat them with respect, and I'm sure A will respect you too.
I mean, if I were to watch this without the sound, I would think that the person is just ungrammarly educated.
So how did that feel? Are there any self?
No.
Good luck on your pronoun journey.
Like this, the more that I listen, pronouns, but weird if friend who gets offended because you called him by his name and not nickname would be understandable. But here it's sounds that you like pick a nickname. You can't pick nationalities like this, cultural aspects. We're talking about. I mean, this is just. I'm sorry.
So the reason I want girl the really as woke as on TikTok. So they were not.
Bro, really want to read the comment section in a woke person's profile.
Not having it. One person said, as a gay man, I speak for true gay and lesbian people. Remove us from your liberal alphabet soup. We work too hard to get mixed up in your melted crayon soup. Another person said,
Okay, this comment is really good. The previous one, I mean, the alphabet soup. You gotta love it.
I don't like how gays are getting grouped into this. Gays try to show you how we are like everyone else and deserve to be treated the same because we love the same gender. Please reference all gay movements ever. This neo-pronoun confusion is trying to show how these people are different and they demand respect for it, which nobody can really get behind because it isn't inclusive. It's actually...
And they take in the gays, the lesbians, the trans, the confused, the mental ill, and all of this, and they put them inside. Oh my freaking god.
causing exclusion since the possibilities for additional pronouns seem endless and nobody can keep up with this. Finally, this guy commented, how do you delete someone else's post? Yeah, look, I agree with the general thrust of
I know it
these.
has nothing to do with the specific topic, but check out how this long monologue statement got only 37 likes, where this comment with a couple of words got 9,000. And this is what I'm talking about a lot of the times when we talk about monetizing attention. You know, it's quick, it's easy, it's understandable, it's funny, boom, almost 10k likes. This is good, but it's too long, it's too detailed, and it's too boring for a person who's scrolling on Instagram, you know? They want action, and this brings it.
Pronoun thing is comes and not even words. You're trying to like destroy our language and
Like actual question. If I put Xer, turns out they're anti-LGBTQI++, and they should get canceled for that.
a weird game of mental and linguistic make-believe that nobody's playing, babe. We're not playing this game. And you need to stop tying it to gays and lesbians because you're dragging us down. You are the hole in the bottom of the Titanic and the ship is sinking. Up next, I actually, at least in part, agree with this trans TikTok.
Do I get a good connection for it? Yes, I do.
From girls' bathrooms, and I don't care.
Into a woman's bathroom, how do you think the woman would...
There are only like two ways you could respond. It's either a punch into your face. Maybe she pulls out the shockers.
They would be uncomfortable? Do you think they might call someone, a police officer, a security guard, anything like that? Probably awful, and I would never want women to feel that way. Which transgender man, men's restroom. Consider when they're talking about trans people in bathrooms is that social aspect of it. It's the way that you are perceived. Because regardless of whether you actually think I'm a man or not, maybe you just think I'm a woman. You like it or not, I am perceived at large.
Person outside, and I had to. This guy's a man.
If someone doesn't know that, if you actually care about things like women feeling safe, women feeling, why would you want me in the women's restroom? Probably because you actually prejudice under protecting women.
Agreed with a lot of the things he was saying in this TikTok and concerns about males or people who still all bigots or hateful. I think some of them have legit. I do agree that it makes sense. Bathroom aligned with their birth sex because people like us and trans women who pass, and you're actually creating a whole other uncomfortable can of force them into the opposite gender bathroom. It would make women uncomfortable to see this trans guy who passes as a dude in their bathroom, the same way it would if they saw Buck Angel there or something like that. Now, I do agree that it's a problem if trans people who don't at all pass or aren't even making any effort to pass just start going into the opposite bathroom. I'm not exactly sure how we square this circle, but a one-size-fits-all rule that doesn't leave space and grace for genuine trans people who
I need to understand how you're hearing me. Wait. It's all good. We can watch it later on.
pass, or at least very much don't work either. In fact, you then end up with people who maybe are a female but just look masculine getting harassed and the cops called on them because there's a man in the women's room. It opens up all these cans of worms. So I do think we need to approach this issue into black and white thinking on either actually seems kind of based.
Tells you. Hast du jetzt Ärger mit deiner Partnerin? That they're transgender, believe them. A lot of people will say
people that don't have kids that are speaking for children. Mother for the last 2 years.
Oh my god, you don't really look like trans. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the more basis the no, I said it wrong. More truly you can believe that they are that the more base they are.
He's 5 now and he's not ready for that conversation. And we don't plan to tell him for a very long time until he's old enough to understand.
He runs into this video on TikTok. Find out. And she's saying, yeah. It's coming to my room. Imagine if he thinks he goes scrolling, and there's mommy, although it's not really dad. You should please ban your account from having on TikTok.
5-year-olds believe Santa Claus exists, and the fact you can sit there and tell me a 3, 4, 5 is insane and borderline predatory. Because as a child, I would not have been mentally ready as a transition is. What baffles so normal and not a pink and loves Barbies. And trust me, I'm all for breaking gender. People think children must medically transition. Wild. It's not safe or to transition. Like kids be kids.
Apparently this person's personality, I wasn't really familiar with her, but I believe that we should just believe whatever a 5-year-old laughable, as anybody who works with kids knows, or a firefighter or whatever. Like, they actually comprehend complicated adult. To include this video to remind you guys that are not out to get kids or are. We see these extreme types online engaging in this kind of entire category of people. But what do you?
Well, yeah, I agree with not fully, because you can't really believe that is the thought. You especially. So guys, talking talking to, and I hope that mostly listening to them and not watching. I still hope you all of the video. Moral of the video. And yes, there are normal people. Yes, there are different people. So keep in mind to think by yourself. Nobody needs to tell you how to actually be. No, you 3077, as we just had a Brad Polumbo reaction. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it was a nice stream, although it is not very long. It usually would take us more than an hour. But I guess I'm kind of learning how to fit all the thoughts and the video at the same time. So maybe that will mean that we will react to, who knows. I will see you next action. Bye bye.